Sherlock Holmes, a study in pink. Part 1. October 12th, London. My husband was a happy man. What do you mean there is no radicar? He went to Waterloo. I'm sorry. Get a cab. I never get cabs. I love you. When? Get a cab. Who lived life to the full. He loved his family and his work. And that he should have taken his own life in this way is a mystery and a shock to all who knew him. Taxi, taxi, come on. November 26th. I'll be just 2 minutes, mate. I'm just going home to get my umbrella. What? You can share mine. 2 minutes, all right? Wait, Jimmy. 18 years old, suicide. She's still dancing. Yeah, if you can call it that. I got the car keys out of her bag. January 27th. Where is she? The body of Ben Davenport, Junior Minister for Transport, was found late last night on a building site in Greater London. Preliminary investigations suggest that this was suicide. We can confirm that this apparent suicide closely resembles those of Sir Geoffrey Patterson and James Phillimore. In the light of this, these incidents are now being treated as linked. The investigation is ongoing, but Detective Inspector Lestrade will take questions now. Detective Inspector, how can suicides be linked? Well, they all took the same poison. They were all found in places they had no reason to be. None of them has shown any prior indication. But you can have serial suicides. Well, apparently you can. These 3 people, there's nothing that links them. There is no link we've found yet, but we are looking for it. There has to be one. Run, run, run. Run. If you have got tags, please ignore them. It just says run. Yeah, well, just ignore that. If there are no more questions for Detective Inspector Lestrade, I'm going to bring this session to an end. If they are suicides, what are you investigating? As I say, these suicides are clearly linked. It's an unusual situation. We've got our best people investigating. Says Ron again. One more question. Is there any chance that these are murders? And if they are, is this the work of a serial killer? I know that you like writing about this, but these do appear to be suicides. We know the difference. The poison was clearly self administered. Yes, but if they are murders, how do people keep themselves safe? Well, don't commit suicide. Daily Mail. Obviously, this is a frightening time for people. But all anyone has to do is exercise reasonable precautions. We are all as safe as we want to be. Run, run, run. You know where to find me, Sherlock Holmes. Thank you. You've got to stop him doing that. He's making us look like idiots. If you can tell me how he does it, I'll stop him. Watson! Watson! The personal blog of Dr. John Hamish Watson. How is your blog going? Yeah, good, very good. You haven't written a word, have you? You just wrote still has trust issues. And you read my writing upside down. You see what I mean? John, you're a soldier, and it's going to take you a while to adjust to civilian life. And writing a blog about everything that happens to you will honestly help you. Nothing happens to me. Today's blog. I took a walk in the park. The end. John Watson. Stanford. My Stanford. We were at bars together. Yes, sorry. Yes, Mike. Hello. Yes, I know. I got fat. No. I heard you were abroad somewhere getting shot at. What happened? I got shot. Are you still at bars then? Teaching now, yeah? Brilliant things like we used to be. God, I hate them. What about you? Just staying in town till you get yourself sorted? I can't afford London on an army pension. And you couldn't bear to be anywhere else. That's not the John Watson I know. Yeah. I'm not the John Watson you... Couldn't Harry help? Yeah, like that's going to happen. I don't know, get a flat share or something. Come on, who would want me for a flatmate? Ah, what? You are the second person to say that to me today. Who was the first? How fresh. Just in. 67. Natural causes. Used to work here. I knew him. He was nice. Fine. We'll start with the riding crop. So, bad day was it? I need to know what bruises form in the next 20 minutes. A man's alibi depends on it. Text me. Listen, I was wondering, maybe later, when you're finished. You are wearing lipstick. You weren't wearing lipstick before. I refreshed it a bit. Sorry, you were saying? I was wondering if you would like to have coffee. Black 2 sugars, please. I'll be upstairs. Okay. Bit different from my day. You've no idea. Mike, can I borrow your phone? There's no signal on mine. And what's wrong with the landline? I prefer to text. Sorry, it's in my coat. Here, use mine. Okay, thank you. Oh, thank you. This is an old friend of mine, John Watson. Afghanistan or Iraq? Sorry? Which was it, in Afghanistan or Iraq? Afghanistan, sorry, how do you know? Ah, Molly, coffee, thank you. What happened to the lipstick? It wasn't working for me. Really? I thought it was a big improvement. Your mouth's too small now. Okay. How do you feel about the violin? I'm sorry, what? I play the violin when I'm thinking, and sometimes I don't talk for days on end. Would that bother you? Potential flatmates should know the worst about each other. You told him about me? Not a word. Then who said anything about flatmates? I did. Told Mike this morning I must be a difficult man to find a flatmate for. Now here he is, just after lunch, with an old friend, clearly just home from military service in Afghanistan. Wasn't a difficult leap. How did you know about Afghanistan? Got my eye on a nice little place in central London. Together, we ought to be able to afford it. We'll meet there tomorrow evening, 7 o'clock. Sorry, got to dash. I think I left my riding crop in the mortuary. Is that it? Is that what? We've only just met and we are going to go and look at a flat. Problem? We don't know a thing about each other. I don't even know your name. Deep breath. I know you are an army doctor and you've been invalidated home from Afghanistan. I know you've got a brother who's worried about you, but you won't go to him for help because you don't approve of him. Possibly because he's an alcoholic, more likely because he recently walked out on his wife. And I know your therapist thinks your limbs psychosomatic, quite correctly, I'm afraid. That's enough to be going on with, don't you think? Who is this guy? The name's Sherlock Holmes. And the address is 221B Baker Street. Afternoon. Yeah, he's always like that. What was that? So what did he text? Messages sent. Messages sent. If brother has green ladder, arrest brother. I don't get it. Tap, tap, tap. Search. Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes, who are you then? Baker Street, City of Westminster. Hello? Hello, Mr. Holmes. Sherlock, please. This is a prime spot. Must be expensive. Mr. Hudson, the landlady, she's given me a special deal. Owes me a favor. A few years back, her husband got himself sentenced to death in Florida. I was able to help out. So you stop her husband being executed? Oh no, I insured it. Sherlock. Mr. Hudson, John Watson, come in. Shall we? Well, this could be very nice. Very nice indeed. Yes, I think so. My thoughts precisely. So I went straight ahead and moved in. Soon as we get all this rubbish cleaned out. Oh, so this is all. Well, obviously, I can straighten things up a bit. See? That's a skull. Friend of mine. When I say friend, what do you think then, Dr. Watson, when you say friend? There is another bedroom upstairs, if you'll be needing 2 bedrooms. Of course, we'll be needing 2. Oh, don't worry. There is all sorts around here. Mr. Turner next door's got married once. Oh, Sherlock, the mess you've made. I looked you up on the internet last night. Sherlock Holmes. Anything interesting? Found your website, The Science of Deduction. What do you think? You said you could identify a software designer by his tie and an airline pilot by his left thumb. Yes, and I can read your military career in your face and your leg, and your brother's drinking habits on your mobile phone. How? What about these suicides then, Sherlock? I thought that'd be right up your street. 3 exactly the same. 4. There's been a 4th, and there's something different this time. A 4th? Where? Brixton Lariston Gardens. What's new about this one? You wouldn't have come to get me if there wasn't something different. You know how they never leave notes. This one did. Will you come? Who's in forensics? Anderson. He doesn't work well with me. Well, he won't be your assistant. I need an assistant. Will you come? Not in a police car. I'll be right behind it. Thank you. Brilliant. Yes, 4 serial suicides and now a note. Oh, it's Christmas. Mr. Hudson, I'll be late. Might need some food. I'm your landlady, dear, not your housekeeper. Something cold will do. John, have a cup of tea. Make yourself at home. Don't wait up. Look at him, dashing about. My husband was just the same. But you are more the sitting down type, I can tell. I'll make you that cuppa. You rest your leg. Down my leg. Sorry, I'm so sorry. It's just sometimes this bloody thing. I understand, dear. I've got a hip. Cup of tea would be lovely, thank you. Just this once, dear. I'm not your housekeeper. Serial suicides. Detective Inspector Lestrade. This is the guy. You are a doctor. In fact, you are an army doctor. Yes. Any good? Very good. Seen a lot of injuries then? Violent deaths? Well, yes. Bit of trouble too, I bet. Of course, yes, enough for a lifetime. Far too much. Want to see some more? Oh God, yes. What is this? Sorry, Mr. Hudson, I'll skip the tea out. Both of you? This feeling, excitement. Impossible suicides, 4 of them. No point sitting at home when there is finally something fun going on. Look at you, all happy. It's not decent. Who cares about decent? The game, Mr. Hudson, is on. Taxi.